Hey dudes, how's it going? Welcome back to another day of our special week. This is the week where we commemorate our dear Sunrise summer camp, which should have been happening this week, but thanks to coronavirus, no. So in honour of Sunrise, you guys get a week full of awesome, fun activity, muck about stuff, special guests with really interesting interviews, and daily recommendations about awesome channels that you should subscribe to. Not sponsored, they're all just genuinely great, and I'm subscribed to all of them personally. So without further ado, enjoy! Hey dudes, how's it going? Today we are renovating this shed because what has happened? This is crazy. This is meant to be an art studio, but you know, look at me, I'm confused. So we're moving stuff out. We're going to make this into a cute, cozy art nook, but also clothes room apparently, and garden stuff, Christmas stuff. It's a weird space, but we're going to make it cute. Or love a vacuum cleaning time lapse. Amazing. You know when you put your clothes in the wash and you forget that you have tissue in your pocket? Well, I was thinking while we're here with the vacuum cleaner, might as well take the opportunity to just this just fell on my leg and I thought it was a spider. Could you imagine? So here's just a quick demonstration on how to open up my foldable easel, because that's cool. But then I realised I got stuck, so out we go. Look at that, ta-da, amazing. But then I decided, actually no, that doesn't fit right. So we're moving our big paintings into the corner. Then we're going to add this little stool and some boxes and very cleverly put the easel on top of that. And now we are just deciding what to do with these pictures. In the corner they go. Okay, are you ready? Here's a dramatic recap of And now, dear friends, dear dudes, oh my gosh, that's been deleted. Let's reveal. Okay, so let's begin over here. This is our different Harold. Now, in the time-lapse earlier, I paused and gave myself a note to remember, and that was to remember to bring down this little beret to make Harold look more artistic. And then we've got these drawers, which, classic B&Q kind of thing, but I upcycled them. So there you go. And then this is our little sofa nook. I didn't have any cushions, and I wanted this project to be literally zero budget, 0p, £0. The only thing that I brought in was the beret. Now, this clothes rack, I thought it was going to be a big problem because it's so big, but actually it's done me a world of favours for hiding stuff. And over here, hey, look, that's us. All my big paintings behind there. I've got a watering can, stool, random boxes. So I was going to have this up and have like a painting of mine on display, but I realised I had the mirror and I thought this would be quite nice to make the space feel bigger. And also if I'm filming and my camera's here and the light is coming from over there, then it would be nice to bounce back. So then over here the lighting's a bit more even. I'm imagining that's the case, I haven't actually tested this out. And then here I did put some paintings on display. Behind here, this is, oh I love this painting, it's a massive big boring board. And then look at the cherubs! I didn't really know what to do with this one. I was going to put it up behind the little sofa, but it was too big. And then just some art stuff down there. Oh, excuse me, so get back in close. You're embarrassing me. Oh, how exciting! I don't even know what to say. Literally, not one time have we actually used this after the day that I tidied it all. Not once. So, guess what I'm doing today? What the heck happened to that? Purely based off the footage you've seen so far, how many coats do you think my sister has? And bear in mind, these are only the ones in storage. Let's just hope it doesn't rain, right? I'm so excited I can work about this bad boy now. The neighbours were in the garden earlier, so I don't want to disturb them, but haha. So if you recall, in the last time I redid the shed, I put the chairs here and said if I put a mirror there, it will bounce the light off from here to make it more even. It didn't really work at all. So maybe having the chairs there will be better? Oh. But it's also just something different to do than the way that I did last time, because clearly that didn't last. Now this bar comes out quite far. It pretty much almost comes out to like the middle of the shed, but it can actually move back. So so I'm thinking if I could just have something strong enough to just hold it up so it doesn't ping back, then I can save all of that space. I've just had an idea about how to keep that in there, and it's kind of like so genius. It's actually just quite stupid and obvious. See where I'm going with this? I really don't know whether to be happy with myself that it works so well, or just annoyed at myself that I didn't think of that sooner. This is really more a finishing touches idea, but I'm just so excited about it that I kind of want to tell you now. So we have this lampshade. It's dusty. Actually, technically it's a light shade. I'm quite particular about getting that right. It's a light shade. We don't have any lamps in here, nor do we have electricity, but just as an illusion, wouldn't that be quite cute to put a lamp there so it looks like it's above the seats? Let's put a lamp there. Actually, technically it's a light shade. I'm quite particular about getting that right. I just found this and I thought it was quite funny. It's an A3 self-portrait I did myself in GCSE, and I got an A on it, but clearly I forgot to put my name, and the teacher's like, Gemma, so it can't be that good of a self-portrait, otherwise they would know for sure it was me. Here's the deal with the lamp. This, I've stuck a pin in. It's actually surprisingly sturdy. This, I thought I'd tape a bit of string, and the string can come out the top, and that can hang on to the pin. A total of 3 times has this fallen down in the past 20 minutes, because the string just comes untaped. Luckily, the sofa thing acts as a crash mat, but I've just thought of a really obvious solution. You see that groove? Oh. Beautiful. Are you telling me that we're done? And now, for what I sincerely hope is the last time I do this. Let's reveal. Okay, the lighting's bad, that looks awful. Here we go. Ooh, she's looking fine. In the first nook, we have our dear friend Harold, and pretty much none of the stuff's moved. I did clear out the stuff in the drawers, but apart from that, it's pretty much the same. Next, we have our other set of Chester drawers, which is just swap sides. Some little decor pieces. The cherub painting, of course, had to make it in here because it's big, but also, look, had to. Under here, we have all of the secret boxes. I just tied these to the corner with string. How easy was that? There's just stuff piled under here, like Christmas trees. Well, not multiple, just one. But I hid it with some rolled up blankets, so you can't tell that all the stuff's down there. This is actually a nail varnish rack, which was my sister's, but I guess she sort of doesn't fancy it anymore. So we've got some birds and a swan on there. There's ironing board and some art stuff behind here. And this is the same system as before. Paint in there. I'll just give you a tour around this side because when people come over they question this a lot. So originally when we got the house, this was a planter, but we're not big gardening people, like everything in this garden is fake. So we just filled it with stones. And my sister was talking about replacing the taps on the bath inside. And I said, oh my gosh, it'd be so funny to put the bath taps out here so it looks like it's a bath of stones. Haven't got around to changing the taps yet. However, gradually we have found stuff that we thought would be funny to add to the bathtub. So this lady, she's called Prudence, and weren't sure where to put her, so we put her in the bath and ran with it and gave her goggles and a shower cap. Then we got these little lotus flowers which just fit perfectly, and finally we actually have a matching hand that holds little flowers and just fit perfectly. So we're on the hunt for some matching toes. If you see any stone ceramic toes anywhere, let us know, because that would really just seal the deal. It's been 10 seconds since I turned the camera off. I think we can all guess what happened. This shed is out to get me every time. Which I'm not bothering that now. I've had enough. Enjoy the interview. Hey guys, welcome to the interview for today. Today we have Abby.
Hi, I'm Abby. I work at Youth for Christ. I used to work with Gemma.
So today we are talking to Abby about mental health. So question one is, what are your experiences with mental health?
Okay, I would say that I've always sort of, like everyone does have an experience of mental health, but mine's been more particularly negative. So from quite a young age I was quite anxious all the time, and then this sort of became more of an issue when I was 16 kind of age, and I went through cycles of either self-harming or drinking a lot or something that was destructive, because that's the only way I sort of knew how to deal with it, and this continued on to the point when I felt really suicidal all the time, and it just kept sort of getting worse and worse until I was probably about 18 kind of time. So yeah, that's sort of my experience of it, and then it's sort of still been not particularly brilliant up until now. At least I sort of feel like I have it more under control.
So where do you think that God was through all of this?
So I think definitely at the time of being like 16, 17, 18, I definitely didn't think that God was there at all, and I couldn't see how God would be there through it all. But now I can sort of see the way that God has worked positively through it, and how I've been able to share my experience and help other people, but also how I've been able to actually get through it all. That I don't think I would have been able to without God, because it was such a difficult and hard time through all of that.
So would you say that you're now cured?
No. So I think quite a lot of people are like, oh, when God comes into your life, you're then instantly cured from everything that's going on. Whereas that's definitely not been my experience of it. I think it's been more of like a journey, and also being me having to rely on God more through difficult times, rather than just me instantly being completely better and then not actually having to rely on God anymore. I really rely on God. I really need his support, and yes, he helps it better, but I still need to put in like my own effort, and I still need to see like doctors and all that stuff as well.
What are your tips for anyone who might be struggling with the same kind of thing?
I would say definitely talk to people, whether that's professional friends or family. I would also say if it does get too much and it is too overwhelming, or even if you're just sort of struggling, you don't know what to do, that actually seeing professionals does really help, whether it's your doctor, GP, or therapist or anything. It does massively help. And if I hadn't have done that, I wouldn't have been put on tablets that like helped and that kind of thing. So I definitely say like talk to people, but also get professional help if you need it, and that you shouldn't feel ashamed of doing that, because people have to go to their doctors all the time for other things, and mental health shouldn't be something that people are scared to go to their doctor about.
Cool, that's all the questions.
Woo.
Thank you, Abby. If you guys have any other questions about mental health stuff, do feel free to drop them in the comments below, and we will do our best to answer them in another video. Cool. Cast all your anxieties on him because he cares for you. Anxiety is a consequence of a broken world. It wasn't in God's original design. Anxiety is a form of suffering, and in God's all good design, suffering ceases. So note that the Bible doesn't promise that Christians won't feel anxious while on earth, but it does tell you what to do with your anxieties. When you're anxious, turn to God. Give him your anxiety. Before Jesus was crucified, he was really anxious, so he prayed into the night. Did that mean he didn't go through hardships? No, he was still crucified, but God loves a cheeky miracle. And resurrecting Jesus and saving all who follow him from eternal separation is a pretty big win. God will never let you go through anything that you can't bear, so cast your anxieties on him. Trust that if he lets you suffer for a time, it must be good. The good it will do is always greater than the suffering, because it's in God's nature to care for you. For today's non-sponsored recommendation, we have Saddleback Church.
When you think about it too, lamenting is also can be a pathway to praise. What? So this, yeah, exactly. What?
I discovered this channel not too long ago, a couple months ago, and they've got really, really great podcasts and sermons. If you are interested in slightly longer videos where you can just listen to it in the background while you get ready for your day or draw or, you know, like play on your nerdy little jigsaw app or something, I don't know, then they're great for that. They've got a couple of podcasts on heart transformation and just really cool topics that really will delve into your character and help shape you from the inside out. And I have loved listening to those, and I'm sure you guys will as well. So I will link their channel down below. Definitely go check them out, subscribe. Similarly, if you like this channel and you're not already, subscribe to us. Like this video if you have liked it, comment your comments, and I'll see you for tomorrow, the last episode of Special Week. See you then. Bye.